Jason Jones in here. You need a minute? You look like you was about to cuss a kid out. You want us to?
Oh no! I was just making sure the TV was turned down. That's
okay.
All. He got one of the kids last week.
You look like he was about to let a kid have it, so I was gonna.
Oh no! They're not. They're with mom today. So
no, because I think last week I shout out to Jay. I think I had him come on an hour earlier, so the kids were still active. They weren't used to that time, so they was making moves. And
yeah, it was like, hold up. They was like, you infringing on our personal space right now with this whole hold up. It's not 3-something. What you talking about?
Jason hit him with the, hey, quiet down in there.
We all say we'll never be that person until they get old enough, and you like, man, I'm that person now.
Absolutely.
How many kids do you have? I know one is like 6'8", but like, how many kids do you have now? You have three kids. Okay.
3 boys.
What's
14, 11, and 9.
Yeah, that 14 is the kid from Bad Boys too. Like, bro, you at least 30. That kid bigger than Jason. Look older than Jason.
I'm just glad he doesn't have a deep voice yet. So when I take him places, and they say you go somewhere kids eat free, they look at him. Who's man? I'm like, he's like, hey, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he's a kid. Right. He's just the size of a grown man, And I dealt with that a little bit when I was young, but nothing. I mean, his clothes are bigger than mine already. Like his shoes bigger than mine already. So I'm kind of used to being the little guy in the house. I know they'll all pass me up probably eventually.
I hit Reese with that every now and then too. When I'm downstairs and something's upstairs and you hear a little bump, I hit him with, hey, what was that? Nothing. No, what was it?
Jay, I'm gonna guess. I wasn't here. I'm just gonna guess you and James Ham didn't go over SummerSlam together.
No, we did not.
What you think of the ending?
I mean, I remember it with WrestleMania. Roman said they're only in the second or third inning. I don't know. I'm still waiting for more family members to pop up. We need Rikishi to show up again. To deal with Rikishi. We need him to deal with his feuding sons.
Oh, okay.
There's we just need the whole. I mean, there's got to be. At some point,
I need to show up.
At some point, The Rock has to come up and say something. I mean, there's a lot. I'm just like, man, there's twists and turns, and I wanted Finn Balor to get a belt. I'm a big Finn Balor fan, but I like him being this like crazy little maniacal heel. I enjoy him.
The Judgment Day storyline is really good.
Yeah,
like it's kind of lost because of how great the Bloodline story is, and it's essentially two factions. But the Judgment Day storyline is really, really good.
Yeah, you got Angry Finn and Damien, who's the briefcase, and Rhea, who's like now like every guy's crush, and she crushed everyone's dream by getting engaged.
Oh yeah, well, she crushed everyone's dreams for another reason. she was on the team for a moment, and then it's like, oh, she's engaged. Oh, that's not who she was dating. Who's that guy?
Some folks are like, what in the world?
I guess you'll
never go back.
Yeah, I heard you can go back. I guess you can go back.
Yeah, who was Buddy? What's going on?
And then obviously,
Dom's killing it. I didn't want to like Dom, but he's killing it.
I mean, the moment they put him in jail and he came out with the hard time he did about when he was on the yard.
He is already, hear what I'm saying, he's already a better performer than his dad was. I mean, the way his dad wrestles is
just as a character,
incredible. Yeah, like just as a straight performer and personality and depth, he's incredible.
I love the fact that once he touches the microphone, the boos.
Oh man, that's real heat, man. He got that going on.
He's walking heat right now. And you put those four together. What did they say? You got a Mexican, a Puerto Rican, an Australian, and what's Finn? Irish.
Irish, yeah.
Now you got JD McDonough. Yeah, if it wasn't for Roman and the other show, the Bloodline storyline. I mean, the Judgment Day storyline would get a lot more love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm still upset, man. I booked it out perfectly. And then they went against what I said.
So I noticed on their YouTube page too, and I noticed this when I was traveling. Everything on their YouTube page leading into SummerSlam was about Jay. And I kept thinking, I think Kenny might be right. They're showing Jay like training. It's like a day in the life of Jay. I'm like, yo, are they about to do this? And the one thing I hate is they've like kicking out of a finisher is like, you hit a Superman punch, like you're not like if it's 10 minutes into the match,
every the big.
There were moments during that match where I was like, the crowd's not buying this. Like they're not buying this at all. But then because they knew it wasn't going to end.
Right.
But when it picked up and you realize, okay, we're 28, 30 minutes into this, they got really behind it. I was like, they might do it. Here comes Jimmy.
Now it's gone.
That, Sammy, and Cody. Those are the 3 times I thought, are they really going to pull? They really going to do this? I thought. I mean, to be in the stadium and see the way the crowd was going with Cody, I was like, they really might do this today. And then, of course, not.
I didn't think Cody should have been the guy at Mania. Like Cody's a bigger star because he lost.
Oh yeah.
Like he's like listening to like if that was their idea, it worked.
Oh yeah, it was definitely the right call.
Yeah.
I mean, I think with Cody's injury, you lost so much time of buildup. It made no sense to drop him off in January and put the belt right on him. So now you've got him. He has to go through Brock. Now he'll probably have to go through a whole Judgment Day now. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot they're going to be able to do with this. I'm still waiting for eventually Bray Wyatt to get healthy and come back and be in the way. Yeah. I think this is going to be a nice little journey to get back to Philly.
They the Cody and Brock moment, you could tell Cody had no idea that was.
Yeah, you absolutely could tell. He was like, he's looking around like, hey, I don't remember this part. It's too much.
He didn't go over this part in the back. You about to sucker punch me? What is this?
Yeah, no, that was good. That was good. I love Brock deserves a little more respect than he did.
Absolutely.
And you know what else I appreciate about Brock? Like he's put Roman over. He put Seth over. He put Cody over, and he still maintained that level of I'm still the baddest dude here. And literally, there's 55,000 people here, and they all know
it.
Yeah. I think him putting Cody over is the closest we'll get to him putting the brother over.
Well. Oh, okay.
Beat Kofi like in 9 seconds.
Oh man, they didn't have to do that to Kofi on the beginning of SmackDown on Fox. Come on, man.
This was terrible.
They set that match up, and they did that to bring out that fighter. They did all of that to bring out that one dude,
Cain Velasquez.
Yeah. Who was around for what, like 6 seconds?
Yeah.
Got beat by Brock and then was gone.
Brock, and we can go on other stuff, but Brock, I've said it before, the thing that I love about him is he does like the perfect job of, at least for me, is he real? Did he
right.
Is he really like punching this guy? Like, because I think he's done it enough. He's had a couple of like real occasions.
He's knocked some sense into Braun Strowman a time or two. There's a great clip where
really
Braun Strowman like kneed him, and Brock punched the hell out of him. Like he drops to his knee and he grabs him and pulls him close. I don't know what he said, but I imagine he said, "Calm down."
He said, "Slow the F down."
Yeah. Oh, slow the F down. Okay. That's one of my favorite clips.
Yeah. Every now and then, Brock will make you think, is he going off script here? Is this some real stuff?
Like when he got Randy Orton at SummerSlam that year, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, get someone help Randy, please.
Let's go to real life here for a minute. As much as we love talking wrestling, there's a Untold on Johnny Manziel that's on Netflix that a lot of people are talking about. You got the opportunity. What was your takeaway from that and your conversation with Johnny Manziel about this?
Couple of takeaways. I'm like, one, what's Johnny going to do with the rest of his life? I mean, it's clear that that's why I kind of wrote it. There is, a lot of times there is no happy ending. It's like, oh yeah, well, here's where he is now. He's still, chilling on the golf course with his beer, hanging out with his buddies.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, well, what does he do now?
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of life left.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to believe he's only 30.
Yeah.
My second thought was, God, that's why the Cleveland Browns are the Cleveland Browns.
You gotta know all that stuff when you're driving.
No, the fact that he worked out with like his agent and the video guys, his receivers, because the other receivers were hung over, and the Browns were like, "Okay, yeah, we're going to take this guy in the first round." Because even Johnny was like, "I was really surprised they drafted me." Yeah, and just kind of of course, the NCAA is a joke, and they showed they were again with their you're looking at the whole, I got $40,000 cash. You know what, Johnny? You can't play against Rice for a half. Meanwhile, Reggie Bush was treated like he had, like he was another USC running back when they took his Heisman and everything. It's just the whole on our side. We have a story from one of our writers who covers the Texas team. Kind of went into some of the things they didn't show. Like the fact that Johnny originally was going to go to Oregon. Could you imagine him with like a Chip Kelly offense?
Oh my gosh, Johnny. First of all, in the doc, I'm still finishing it, so maybe there's some things that might change my opinion. I think he comes off really good in the doc. Like he's just.
I agree.
He's just like, hey, this is me. This is what happened. I didn't make the best decision all the time, but I'm just giving you guys truthfully what was going on at the time. And he comes off like real and genuine. So he comes off really good. And then for him not to study or like really take the game that serious all the way up into the NFL, and as unstoppable as he was in the SEC, it's like, yo, this guy was sick. Like he didn't study, he didn't do none of this stuff. He was out there at the parties, hung over and all this other stuff, and they couldn't stop him in the SEC.
My favorite, I love the part they're like with the Browns. Hey, Johnny hasn't watched any film. What do you mean? We can track his iPad. It has zero use. He literally has not touched it.
That's brutal. I remember when it was around the time he was in college. I'm sure it was later or whatever. When the word of the $700 million of money coming in from boosters to the university. That was like, I mean, you always think about athletes and money, collegiate athletes and money. That's always going to be a focal point of conversation in the NCAA. Maybe a little less now, but it always would. That was the first time where I was like, wait, what? Like nearly $1 billion. Like, and this is like Texas A&M, with all due respect. Like he built Texas A&M.
That stadium should be Johnny Manziel's.
Facts.
Seriously.
Yeah.
They added so much on to that stadium just off his freshman season alone.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's what they were able to build on.
That's why I never, to me, the whole idea, he violated the rules. He took money. I'm like, I was like, so? Because anyone who's been to college knows that I figured everyone's quote unquote is dirty. It's a matter of who they decide they want to enforce.
Well, and what's funny too is what he did is now legal.
Right.
Now you can do it. Now they call it something else.
Yep. Absolutely.
But hey, at least they made him sit those 2 quarters out against Rice. Because what would they have done if he couldn't have him for a whole game against Rice?
That's great. Well, the ironic thing about that is the reason why, in my opinion, the reason why they did that way is because they wanted to make more money off of him. They needed him on the field.
Yeah.
So, like, you broke the rules, but we want to make more money off you, so we'll give you this lighter sentence.
They said they sold out of his Adidas ran out of his jersey twice.
Jeez.
That's incredible.
Man. What
incredible.
Johnny Manziel, we talk about this often when like you had to live through it to understand how big of a deal this guy was. I feel Johnny Manziel fits in that category. Jeremy Lin kind of fits in that category as well. Like these two guys were everywhere. Like you could not get away from them, even if you tried in the sports world. Is there anybody else like that you kind of think of that, like you if you tried to tell your youngest son, yo, this guy was a big deal, he look at you like, what are you talking about? Like he ain't got no numbers, he ain't got no championships, like no nothing, but he really was that big of a deal.
I'm trying to think. I think because he did get injured, I don't think people realize just what a freak of nature Bo Jackson was.
Yeah, Bo's one of them.
I mean, it was like a short window.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was he just wasn't he was an all-star baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he decides to play football, he runs for like 1,000 yards in 8 games.
Pro bowler.
Yeah.
I mean, just think how sick that is. Imagine like Derrick Henry, like playing right field for, for the,
that's a wild visual. That is a wild visual.
Imagine Derrick Henry playing first base for the Red Sox, and then, by the way, I ran for like 1,800 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, Bo ran with a 4.1 240. I mean, it was just
like a Mack truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but like in terms of like one season like phenomenons, like Jeremy Lin. I was in New York during that. That was one of the wildest things I'd ever seen. Everything Jeremy Lin did, they went crazy. Like 1-2, he dribbled whole Madison Square Garden. No, he was, he's dribbling.
And Carmelo hating it was part of the story too. Yeah. The fact that Carmelo hated every second
Carmelo
of it.
said, "You gonna give him $20 million? What?"
Yeah, that was one of those wild. Yeah, I mean, talking about like 1-2 year runs where it's like, oh my God, Jeremy. I mean, to be out there, I think I bought like a Linsanity hand or something. I was like, we'll never see this again. We'll never see anything like this. It was like, but yeah, there are a few. Trying to think, was there anything else where it's just like, wow?
Looking back, Tebow will probably be in that category.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because he didn't really do much of anything in the NFL, but I mean, he was a phenomenal. He was
the guy. Yeah, in college.
Another guy that I don't think he fits this criteria so much, but remember how good and how well. Now I think about it, Colin Kaepernick, the football player, was probably. There was a lot of hysteria around him, but remember how good Dante Culpepper was and how people looked at him like he was going to revolutionize the position. He was, unguardable. Like he got a Madden cover. Like that's how he was a big deal he's not on the same level as like Johnny Man. Like those were superstars. I don't know if Dante was that, but he was a really big deal.
You got guys who maybe just on a one. You got to think about guys on a championship team or something like that where their run was unbelievable. And then after that, it was kind of like, well, it's over.
Does Reggie Bush fall in the category? Because like Reggie had a pro career that was far from bad. But those USC years were incredible.
He might fall in that category. I think
Again, he had a pro career.
Won a Super Bowl.
Or he was on a Super Bowl team.
He won a Super Bowl.
Okay, I'm just saying. Was that peak Reggie Bush at USC?
No, yeah, that was probably the best he ever was.
Right. And I think he might be one of those guys where you look up his career, go, oh, football player. He's fine. Like, no. You got to go back and watch him at USC. It's like I think Bo, I think you could contextualize Bo today. Like Bo's incredible. You can add to it by watching what he did at Auburn. Now it's hard to watch because it's grainy and it jumps up and down and it's from 1984 or whatever. It's not like pulling up a video today, but you watch what Bo did at Auburn, and man, that stuff is nuts.
Because we've had guys just kind of jump out of nowhere. Like, remember when Javon Curse got to the league?
A freak.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my, he's about to be the greatest DN. He didn't have a bad career, but when he first got on the scene, it was like, have we seen anything like this? And then it just kind of, Jadeveon Clowney in college was ridiculous.
He was.
Yeah.
See,
I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know. I guess he was. I guess I was just bombarded with that stupid play so many times.
It was stupid
that I can't
remember.
Michigan, I can't remember anything else.
Part about it, but that was crazy. He did knock the man's helmet off.
Yeah, but it felt like he was the number one pick because of that play.
Weren't they saying his freshman year that he could like join the NFL right now if he wanted to?
Yes.
They said after his freshman year.
They told him to sit.
Yeah, after his freshman year, they were like, is he going to play anymore?
Clowney, sit the next 2 years. What?
Yeah, go ahead and just train because there's no need for you to waste your time out here, trying to get better.
Yo, who was the Ohio State running back?
Oh,
Maurice Claret. That's the one. Yeah.
He was Johnny Football.
Yeah, he was
there.
nasty.
Yeah,
he was nasty.
That was big.
It ended bad for him. Like bad.
Ended bad, and he's made a bounce back. He's okay now.
I mean, football. Oh yeah. Football. Not
life was bad for him.
Oh, it was tough.
But yeah.
He was in prison, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to see he bounced back. I can't wait for us to have this discussion about Austin Reaves. Team USA, Austin Reaves.
What do you mean? Come on now. Austin's just the beginning of a Hall of Fame career. We're going to be discussing Austin in the same light. What are you talking about? Let's be realistic.
Who said that yesterday? No, I don't think they said Hall of Fame, but they were like, yo, this dude's the truth.
Wasn't Darvin Ham?
No, it was a player. I thought it was a player.
I
thought it was one of his teammates were like, yo, this dude is the real deal.
No, he really can't play, but damn, he's on Team USA.
Yeah, of course he is. Like I said, you tried to make the argument last week about a King shooting guard being there, but like I said, the difference is Austin actually played in the postseason.
Okay, fine. Kevin Huerter had better numbers.
So Austin's a better player.
Austin, he has.
Who would you rather have on the Kings, Austin Reaves or Kevin Huerter?
Oh,
I think they're about even. To be honest with you, Austin is better with the ball in his hand. Stop. Don't do that. Don't
stop
do
it.
Don't do
stop
that.
it.
He's doing Austin Reaves. If he's so good, why is he 12 points a game? He has 12 points a game.
Outside of shooting, what does Kevin Huerter do?
The same that Reaves can do outside of dribbling.
Can he facilitate?
Austin Reaves don't do nothing.
Yes,
the last thing we saw, Damian, we just ignored the fact the man averaged like 11 or 12 points on the season, and he's on Team USA.
So he earned his spot.
He ain't even on the select team. Cade Cunningham had to be on the select team.
Oh, Cade Cunningham.
Cade shouldn't have got hurt then. Cade got hurt. That hurt his chances. I'm sorry. I can't speak for all I'm saying. If you were Steve Kerr and you had to sit there and watch Austin Reaves destroy you, you'd be like, I want that guy. Remember, he when it gets the Kings, he didn't say, "Yeah, I got to have anybody on this." He's like, I got to have Austin Reaves. Okay. I really can't.
You think that's
I
how
like
that
Austin
works?
Reaves as a player.
I don't know how it works, but I'm gonna be a stand for Austin Reaves in this case. I'm not even going front. This is 100% LA bias. Yes, Austin Reaves deserves That's the reason why he didn't get an offer as a restricted free agent. The whole league was like, there's no way we're going to get him. The Lakers are matching this. Come on. Mm-hmm. Why are we going to waste our time?
I would have made a match. True. I would have gave him.
But you know what that does? It holds that space.
Houston or San Antonio, what am I doing with the money anyway?
It ain't worth doing.
Yeah, you would have been crazy to give him a 4-year, like $90 million deal.
It ain't worth doing.
I mean, he'll be worth it, after the season, of course, but. Hey.
Beginning of a Hall of Fame career. Who was it? Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett said Anthony Davis going to win an MVP this year or next year. You think he could do that?
I think he can. I definitely think he can. I think he has the ability to be impactful on both ends of the court, unlike a lot of guys can. I think he can
stay on the floor. That's all it boils down to.
I thought in 2020 he should have been Defensive Player of the Year. I thought they robbed him of that award. I think he's a, legit could be a guy who dominates on both ends. And if he's playing the five, like I said about that series against Denver, he averaged like 28 and 14. Just because Joker was like on another planet, people think that AD was just terrible every game and that he just, but I mean, if Joker's going to hit from behind his head 3-pointers with arguably the best defensive big man in the game on him, you just take that L and go on the next season like they did. But yeah, I think he can win an MVP. I mean, he's talented enough to do it. He's got to stay healthy. I mean, if he's healthy, he'll put up the numbers. And I think what happened with the postseason is that it really highlighted the people, because I mean, there's a secret out there. A lot of voters don't really watch both ends of the floor.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've heard about how some voters don't really pay attention until like April.
Heard that.
And so a lot of times these awards, the momentum for the award starts at the end of the previous season. So now you go into next season going, wow, AD was great on defense. He's been great on defense, but now they're like, oh, wow, he's, but I don't know. I mean, can he win an MVP? Yeah. Will he? I wouldn't put a lot of money on it, but I think he definitely can. I think if he's back to, first team All NBA AD, which I think he would have been or close first, second team, he wouldn't have been hurt last year. The NBA's got a problem because he can do things that a lot of guys that size can't do.
Let me ask you a question that we asked here in the studio. If AD and LeBron put up the same exact numbers they put up last year, the Lakers win 58 games, who wins the MVP?
It was like 26-12 for AD, 29, I think, for LeBron.
Who wins the MVP?
LeBron.
You think so?
I think because, like I said, I don't think people really recognized how good AD was defensively. Because if they did, he would have won Defensive Player of the Year in 2020. But I just think a lot of times when you talk about MVP, there's always a story to it. And I think people kind of get wrapped up in a story. And the idea of someone like 40 years old winning the MVP is like, wow. And I think any LeBron team, no matter how the team is set up, LeBron is going to get the bulk of the credit, because LeBron on his, LeBron's going to get you whatever points. He's going to get rebounds and assists. So he's going, it's going to happen no matter what. So I think as long as LeBron's on your team, unless LeBron's has averages 21 a game or something, he's going to get the bulk of the credit for whatever team he's on. And then if things go bad, they're going to blame, Austin Reaves.
Wow. It's tough to be Austin Reaves.
Austin Reaves.
No, it won't be Austin now. No, Austin is now amnesty from blame.
It'll be D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah. D'Lo will be the new. Yeah, he'll be the new. Hey, it's all your fault.
None of this matters because De'Aaron Fox is winning the MVP.
Well, there's that.
Okay, now let's not get carried away now.
I don't know.
Yo, you had Austin Reaves in the Hall of Fame 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, De'Aaron can be a Hall of Fame player, but no, he's not. Let's not get carried away now. Remember,
okay, my bad.
Remember, no one watches basketball in Sacramento.
Well,
and
we watch basketball in Sacramento. Nobody outside of Sacramento watches Kings basketball.
Yeah, so I mean, people have to care about your team to win MVP, and true. Also, he won't be able to play on Christmas and get his hype train going.
All right, calm down. Well, wait till we win the play-in tournament or the in-season tournament. Wait till we win the in-season tournament.
Hey, is James Harden gonna be top 5 MVP?
He's gonna be top 5 something. I don't know. My man went to China and said, "Watch this."
Yo, I heard Sam Amick.
Let me repeat.
Oh, do you think that was strategic?
Oh, of course.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'd say yesterday he's telling Daryl Morey, "You're not going to Ben Simmons."
No. I mean, dropping that line in China.
Yeah.
Remember
Daryl Morey's not a very popular man over there. They don't, in fact, they're not a lot of Daryl Morey fans.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and to say Daryl Morey is a liar.
I repeat.
He's like, just in case you missed what I said, Daryl Morey is a liar.
It looks like that's the only thing he said. Like he just walked in front of the people and was like, Daryl Morey is a liar.
I don't think that's what happened.
Let me repeat.
Daryl in a basketball camp with kids. Hey, we have any questions? No questions today, kids.
And then walk off the stage like Kanye in Sacramento.
Show's over. Morey is a liar, and I would
like. No, I hate bringing this up because it seems like a good man. He's moved on from this. It's like Dennis Scott. Remember that clip of him at the kids' camp?
Yeah, that's my memory.
No. Yeah. Dennis Scott was having a kids' camp, and he came out blasting like NWA and was like, "Hey, Don't let these people ever mess with your money. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if they messing with your money, they messing with your life. I know what I'm worth, kids. Know your worth. I'm bleeping out of here. Bleep.
I got to go look that. That's awesome. I bet you those kids have a memory for a lifetime. They're like, yeah, I was there when
Dennis Scott, NBA TV analyst.
I almost think I need a T-shirt that says Daryl Morey is a liar.
No. With just
Let me say that again.
He's like he's taken the Windhurst hand gesture and made it his own.
He's like, I mean, if we thought James Harden getting out of Houston and Philly was bad,
oh
my God, this could be like Where's Waldo with James. I mean, well, we know Vegas.
Yeah,
Atlanta. I mean, I imagine he's not too happy that he opted in and then missed out on that potential Houston money. And
we were talking about that. I think he opted in because he didn't have a choice. I don't think he had an offer from anywhere in the league.
I don't think he was going to get that. I
Certainly
think
not 30-something million or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think he probably. I mean, the assumption has to be that when he took less money to stay, that there was that wink, wink. We got you for taking one for the team, and then Daryl was like, "Nah, you got a lot of money. You're cool." Because I mean, I know it's a shock to people out there that teams and players and agents would come to a deal under the table. I mean, how else do you explain? Free agency starts at 12. At 12:01, there's like 15 deals done. Not because anyone would ever talk beforehand.
Of course,
never.
Magic was waiting. He
was waiting. 12:01. He forgot he was in LA and it was actually 9:01, but that's all right. 12:01. And it was definitely Magic that landed LeBron, not LeBron's desire to play in Los Angeles.
Yeah, of course. Magic's birthday was yesterday. No Magic Johnson slander today.
Fair enough.
Not at all.
Fair enough. And it's Nipsey Hussle's birthday today. I know that means something to you.
Yeah.
Jay, we appreciate you as always, man. Thanks for the laughs.
All right, and I'm gonna go find me some liars. I repeat, I'm gonna go find some liars.
There you go. Jay, we appreciate you. That's Professor Jason Jones right there of The Athletic.